The Honourable Carl McGinn.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I'd like to thank the Honourable Sally Talbot for bringing this motion to the floor today. I think it's very great to be able to talk about all the great things we are doing in the regions, and there are many of them. Particularly out in the Goldfields region. We had a great candidate in the 2017 election who fought very hard to try and get that seat out in Kalgoorlie and represent the constituents of that region. And we made many great commitments that we've been delivering on in that area. I'm going to run through as many as I can in the time I have. Definitely not going to get through them all. Look, I think one of the big things that we've been doing statewide, which has impacted in the Goldfields region, was $244.8 million in a coordinated and targeted methamphetamine action plan. It's a massive issue that we've seen right across Western Australia, but also I feel probably a little bit more impacted in the Goldfields region because we have the gateway from the other state coming through on the air highway through to Norseman. And we've seen such a big increase of presence with the police and with all the new equipment and tools that they now have to identify drugs coming through our borders. Another massive thing that I'm very proud of, and I was able to launch it with the Minister, was Target 120 in Kalgoorlie. Very important. Crime is something that gets spoken about quite a lot in the regions, and I think that being able to intervene early and reduce youth crime is very important, but not just on the offender, but also with multi-agency approach with the family, which I think is critical. And that was a really proud moment to see that launched. We had $2 million to develop a motorsports plan in the Goldfields, and that's been going along very well. We've had great consultation with all the different groups out there in the motorsports side of things, and they're putting together a plan on how best to increase the infrastructure of the motorsports in the Goldfields to capitalise on economic development through them events that come out there. It's been great to see the desert race getting bigger and bigger each year, and I'm sure once we increase some of that infrastructure, it will only get better and better. We've got a new family domestic violence one-stop hub located in Kalgoorlie-Boulder, which I think is also critical. It's a massive issue right across Australia, but I think is also a massive issue in the Goldfields. We've seen an investment in a step-up, step-down facility. I think that is absolutely critical. And the people of the Goldfields are crying out for more mental health support, and that's something that we've seen and we noticed in 2017. There was no other party that committed to doing anything in the mental health space in the Goldfields region, let alone the rest of the mining and pastoral electorate. We've seen Karratha getting a step-up, step-down facility as well. We've also seen an increase in the funding model from the Mental Health Commission in mental health services in the Goldfields. We've seen over $10 million worth of investment in the last financial year alone to increase the mental health services within the hospital. That is something that is absolutely critical. We're out there and a little bit isolated. It is important that we have the services to ensure that people are looked after in that space. Mental health causes more problems and more strains on different departments than anything else, in my view. And we are delivering the MRI for Kalgoorlie-Boulder. That is something that we purposely went out there and said we are going to deliver and we are going to fund. Something that no other party put on the table in the last election either. You want to look at the local member. Did he commit to that? The local member says right now that he made no election commitments for the Goldfields.
Order, members, order. The Honourable Carl McGinn will address the chair.
Sorry. Thank you, Chair. Acting President. The local member has made very clear he made no election commitments for the Goldfields region. We made plenty of election commitments and we are delivering on them. That is something that is critical and it's something that will be delivered. The MRI scanner, they know Labor will deliver it because it's been since 2001 the Liberal Party had made countless words that they were going to deliver it and never did. We delivered a 64-slice CT scanner that was critical to the area, and then we've seen what was probably resembles the Grinch, comes out in the front page of the Kalgoorlie Miner and says not good enough. It's a Volkswagen and a Beetle instead of a Mercedes from the Honourable Robin Scott. How dare he come out when we replace a 16-slice CT scanner with a 64-slice and say it's not good enough? Every time we deliver something, it's not good enough to the crossbenchers. How about you look at what we actually are doing for the region, because it's very good.
Thank you, members.